This post scoring guard build might just be the craziest build you'll ever see in any 2K. Because as we all know, post scorers are some of the most annoying people to play against in 2K. And with 6'9s running everywhere this year, they're already starting to become some of the most unstoppable builds ever. And this build right here combines a post scorer and those 6'9" guards. Now, if we take a look at the attributes, you can see we get contact dunks. And we also get a 95 post control. I know it doesn't seem like a crazy stat, but trust me, you'll see the impact it has on this build. And as you can see right here, we get an 83 3-pointer, giving us silver agent 3. And on top of that, we get an 80 ball handle, giving us all the important dribble moves that we need to cook up. And finally, probably my favorite part about this build, it gets a 99 block. But yeah, without any further ado, let's hop right into the builder. I'll show you guys the badges I use, animations, all that. And then I'll even show you guys some gameplay on how this build plays in game. But jumping right into the build, the position you want to go with is small forward. But after that, with the handedness and jersey number, that obviously doesn't matter. Just make sure you guys have the small forward position and then you'll be good. Now, moving on to the body settings, this is really important. You want to have a 6'9" height. Obviously, that's what we've been talking about all video. But then for the weight, you want to go with 202 pounds and then a 7'6" wingspan. Now, if you bring this down or up, you might not be able to get all the contact dunks, the blocks, the 3-point shot, the dribble moves, all that. So 7'6" is the perfect wingspan that you want to go with. And then for the body shape, that's completely up to you. I like solid just because I think it looks best, but definitely go with whatever you like most. Now, going into the attributes, the first thing you want to do is go straight to the driving dunk and bring that all the way up to an 86. Now, at 84, you get the pro contact dunks, but with an 86, you also get gold limitless takeoff, silver posterizer, and a bunch of other things that'll help you get more contact dunks along with it. Now, once you upgrade that, it'll also bring up your driving layup and close shot, but we want to bring that close shot up even more. We're going to bring that all the way up to an 80. And the reason for that is because that's what actually controls your post hooks in the past few years. 80 close shot is perfect, especially once you get takeover. You will never miss a post hook. Now, for the last thing in our finishing category, the last thing we want to upgrade is our post control. We're going to bring that all the way up to a 95. You can go 99, but I found that 95 is just perfect for me. Now, for the 3-point shot, you want to max this out to an 83, and this actually gives us the silver agent 3 badge. And stuff like that is just going to make this build so much more overpowered. But that is literally it. That's all we're going to touch in the shooting category, because just like earlier, it also brings up our mid-range shot, and I promise you 68 is more than enough. Now, for our playmaking, we're just going to go straight to the speed with ball and max that out to a 75. That way we're as fast as possible moving with the ball. And then we're also going to bring up our ball handle all the way up to an 80. Like I said, that way we get all of the dribble moves and stuff we need. And finally, we're going to bring up our pass accuracy up to a 68. I know it's not crazy, but this is probably primarily like a 1s or 2s build. So your pass accuracy isn't as necessary as if you were on like the rec or 3s court. Now for the defensive rebounding, this is where it gets crazy. We're going to bring up our interior defense all the way to an 80. And alongside that, we're going to bring up our perimeter defense all the way to a 79. And that right there already solidifies that you'll be able to guard absolutely anyone on the court. But what we're about to do is going to bring up our steal all the way up to a 66. And then obviously, like I was talking about before, we have a 99 block. And that, of course, gives you the Hall of Fame anchor badge as well as the Hall of Fame chase down badge. And if you want to be really toxic, you can even throw on Hall of Fame pogo stick. Now, after that, we have a 72 defensive rebound. And I know it doesn't seem too crazy, but basically, once you get all those stops, a 72 will be more than enough to secure the rebound and get you back on the offensive side. And finally, for our physicals, we're going to bring up our speed all the way up to an 80. And along with that, we'll max out our acceleration to a 78. Our strength is going to stay at a 55 because we'll be bullying people in the paint anyway, especially with our 95 post control. And then for our vertical, we're going to bring that up to a 70. It's not super important, especially if you're on current gen. If you're on next gen, you want to make sure this is at least a 75. That way you get all the contact dunks. But when you're on current gen, it really doesn't play a huge part in how you get the animations and stuff like that. And then finally, we're just going to bring up our stamina all the way up to a 90, and that's going to max out our build. And as you can see right here, we get 17, 16, 15, and 18. And if you do all the quests and stuff to get extra badges, you can put them wherever you want, and it'll make the build even more overpowered. But yeah, once you got all that copied down, we can move on to the takeovers. And you don't get a crazy selection opposed to like 4 or 5 that you might get on other builds. You only get 3 on this build. But honestly, these are the only ones that you could need. Now, my favorite combo to use is post scoring takeover and lock takeover, just because once you get the ball and you have takeover, you're not going to miss any post hooks. You're just going to be cooking up anyone that's defending you. And if you do end up losing a ball, you'll be able to get it right back with the lock takeover. All right, now that we know how to make the build, though, let's hop right into the badges. And then after that, I'll show you guys the animations I like to use on this build. All right, so starting off with the finishing badges, the first thing you want to use, I like to put on is Hall of Fame Pro Touch. just because once you start timing those post hooks, it'll just make it so much easier for them to green. Like, I be hitting bounce backs with this badge. That's how overpowered it really is. And then I also like to use slithery on bronze just because it's kind of an extra badge, and that's what I'd like to throw it on. But obviously, you want to have Posterizer maxed out as well as Limitless Takeoff. But one of the main things you want to have on this post scoring type build is definitely Pro Touch on Hall of Fame. Now, for the shooting badges, like I said, you do get Agent 3 on Silver, so we're definitely going to be using that. And obviously, with all of our shots that we're going to be taking in our post hooks, we want to have Green Machine on. That way, it makes it so much easier to green our shots as we go throughout the game. I also like Mini Magician just because it lets me hit post fades and stuff like that. Volume Shooter, another good badge, especially for like a post scoring type of build. You're going to be taking a lot more shots just because they're going to be ending up as 2s instead of 3s. I also like to use the Amp badge just because the stamina is not that great this year. And also, Deadeye and Limitless Range, those are kind of self-explanatory. Moving on to the playmaking, we're going to have Handles for Days on bronze, Clamp Breaker on bronze. Obviously, we're going to max out Quick First Step. We actually get it on gold, which is kind of crazy for this build. We get Hall of Fame Unpluckable. Definitely want to have that on, especially this year with how crazy steals are. And then finally, I like to throw this last badge on Hyperdrive. But if I'm playing 2s or something, I'll probably throw it on Bailout just so I can make those extra passes a bit safer. And finally, for our defense, like I said, Hall of Fame Anchor, definitely want to have that on. I like throwing on gold pogo stick just because I be jumping up and down, and literally I don't even have to hold my hands up. I could just keep spamming jump button and I get a stop every single time. I also get Hall of Fame chase down. Definitely want to have that on because, you know, so many people use quick drops and just dunks like that, and they're super overpowered. So this definitely helps you get stops on that. And then obviously you want to have Rebound Chaser on. That way, once you get those stops, you'll be able to secure them and get that rebound. Now, on this build, I haven't found clamps too effective, but you could definitely bring down pogo stick, something like that, to put on clamps if that's definitely something you want. All right, so now for animations and stuff like that, first things first, what you want to do is go over to your controller settings. A lot of people have been asking me about this, how you get the shot meter for post hooks, but not for jump shots. You want to set your shot meter to pro stick only. That way, once you do post hooks with your right stick, it'll pop up for the post hooks, but won't pop up for your jump shots and stuff like that once you're using the X or square button. But as far as the animations go, I like to use Michael Jordan dribble style just like every other build. It's definitely the fastest dribble style in the game, so you definitely want to have that on. Jimmy Butler size up escape package, John Wall, moving crossover James Harden, moving behind the back is going to be Allen Iverson. That's one of my favorites to use this year. It just gives you so much space. Moving spin is going to be basic. That way you can do the spin back and just crazy glitchy moves like that. And then moving hesitation is going to be pro. I've tried out a bunch of different moving hesitations this year, but this is definitely by far my favorite one to use. And then moving step back Luka Doncic, that gives you that crazy like walk back move on the side. It's just so overpowered. Definitely have that on. Now, before we hop into the jump shot, I like to use dribble pull up Devin Booker. Spin jumper, just normal. Hop jumper, my favorite one to use by far is James Harden. It gives you his glitchy step back, like travel move. It's crazy. Definitely throw this on. Post fade is going to be Kobe. I like to use that on all my builds. It's just so easy to time. And then post hooks is going to be Joel Embiid. A lot of people have been asking me about this. You definitely want to have Joel Embiid post hook on. That is the best one to use. Now for your jump shot, you want to use base O'Shea Brissett and both releases Rudy Gay. That is by far my favorite jump shot to use this year. It's super fast, super easy to time. And as you can see right here, both releases are the same. So if you change the blending, it really does not change anything. Do whatever you want. And speed, you want to be max. That way it's as fast as possible. All right, and because I think so many of y'all are already curious of how this build really plays in game, I decided I'd show you guys in this game right here. We get in the ball, which is a good start, I'm not gonna lie, but if this guy leaves me open, it's over. We got the post hook though. You already know. Okay, can't leave me open. Lay. Okay, I see you. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not the best at this game, but this build definitely be bailing me out to get some dubs. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Okay, what you doing, bro? Nah, we boxing that up. Yes, sir. Okay, spin back. I told y'all gonna want that spin back in your repertoire. Let's go. He really don't know what to do. He saw that I can post hook. He saw that I can take it to the rim. Okay, don't reach on me, man. Don't reach on me. And just like that, we got takeover. It's over. You can't do nothing now. Come on, we're here. Give me that. Let's go. Perfect defense. All right, I'm feeling like this guy's gonna leave me open. I'm not even gonna lie. What did I tell y'all? Free threes, man. You can't leave me open. You gotta guard literally every inch of this court if you're gonna want to stop me. Come on, stop reaching, man. You reach too much. Come on, dude. That's one of the best parts about this build. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, jump. Yeah, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? But yeah, like I was saying, that's one of the best parts about this build. This build, if you need it to be a post scorer, it can be a post scorer. If you need it to be a normal build, it can be a normal build. Look at this, man. We're just dribbling around. We're cooking this guy. We don't even have to post score all game to win these games easily. For game, man, you play me too high, man. I know I can shoot, but you gotta play defense in the paint too, my guy. Hey, man, if y'all made it to this point, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. As you can see right here, we're getting so close to 25,000 subscribers, so make sure you do that if you haven't already. And if y'all made it to the end, make sure to comment Spida Squad right now. That way I know you watched the entire video. Now, if y'all want to see any other videos, let me know exactly what ideas you guys got in the comments. But anyways, I appreciate y'all so much for watching. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.